Well, we have something very fun and very bright to share with you from our friends at Hunkydory, and this is the collection. So we've got digital design 8x8 papers, we've got 2 sets of die cuts, and let me just show you one of the projects that Heidi made. And it starts like this. You can tell that this is a pop-out card. Look how fun that is. Okay, this is just one of the goodies. Today's webisode. Won't you please come play with us? Well, before we get into the projects, let me just show you what's in each of these. So I'm going to start with the 8x8 papers. There are 48 sheets. They are all double-sided, and let me just show you. You're going to get 12 different ones, and you're going to get 4 of each one. So you can see they're playful, they're bright, and this has got woo-woo. And on the back side, confetti. We've got, looks like a circuit board. And we've got, this is the only one that has unicorns, I believe. Stars, there, that'll wake you up. Okay, jewels and more stars. We've got happy faces. And on the back side, circles. We've got hearts and envelopes on the back. We've got stay cool and that. We've got these bright clouds and that. And then we have these caption blocks. And on the back of it, and then this one, and there we go. So that's what we have in this set. So as I said, they're all double-sided. You get 4 of each. Then in our die cuts, there are 2 packages. This happens to be Super Smiles, and there are 4 different sheets. Let me show them to you, and then you get 5 of each one. Do you like that, 4 and 5? Okay, so there's these 2, and then there's this one. Whoops. And they do just pop out just like that. And there's this one. Okay. And as I said, you're going to get 5 of each. And then our second one is this. And these are awesome icons. So they are iconic, as you can see. So we've got kind of emojis. We've got all of these greetings. And again, you're going to get 5. And all of those. And then all of these. So it'll be fun to share with you what Heidi has done. And let me put these back together, and then we'll come right back. So we're going to go back and start with this pop-up box. And Heidi used our package, a pop-up box. Now this has 5 cards and 5 envelopes. And let me just see, we also have a cutting die that will do this for you. And just to show you that transformation again, this is how it will be mailed, and there are envelopes in there. And then when the person pops that up and opens it up, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so what you get in this package is instructions are on the back of the insert, and then you get the box, 5 of them, and this little tab. So you're going to put extra sticky tape along that. You're going to fold this and attach it to the inside of the next block, and you can fold all of those. Now, as you can see on this finished one, they all fold down except for the back one. The back one stays straight, and it is one piece, okay? In this package, you are also going to get some acetate, and you can cut this into narrow strips so that the things can pop out. You also get these little inserts, and they are going to go into the center of your card to allow anything that you put on the pieces of acetate to flop around quite nicely. Okay, so simple to do, and it's nice that everything is in the package, don't you think? Okay, so that's one part of it. And then let me show you what Heidi did. So she started, and by the way, instructions are down below. Just click on the card, and then it will take you to the directions. So you will get all of that. I'm not going to attempt to give that to you. I just really want to show you what Heidi did. So she's using the hard paper, as you can see. And I'm not sure if you can see it very well. I can in person, but this is matted onto red glitter, you know, just to give it even more fun. So the red glitter is going to look like that in its full form. And she has first, for these flaps, cut a piece of the glitter, and they're all the same, so that makes it easy. And then she cut a piece of the heart paper that you saw and attached that to the top. And then she also used some black oval border dazzles, and it comes in this package. You can see the black ones on top to go at the top and the bottom. So she's done that on all 3 of them. Now for the bottom layer, let's see, I'm going to close this. She did the same thing, but this time just with the heart. She didn't put the glitter on it. And she treated this back piece as though it were 2 separate ones, just so that it would be looking the same. So put that on all 4 of them. She did put some of the oval border dazzles on on most of them. And then at the top, she used this paper, which has got all of these smiley faces. And again, did it on all 4 of them. No glitter there. But then on the inside, okay, let me hold this for you. And you can see that there was the smiley faces matted onto the red glitter, and that's just one piece on the inside with the border dazzles at the top. Now, she then also cut the acetate, of course, and she did, you can do strips, you can do 1/4-inch strips, whatever you want, and attach them inside the box. And best to use extra sticky tape. In fact, that's really the best thing to use. When you attach this around, that was that first step. You want to use the extra sticky tape because it's super strong. Same thing with attaching things to the acetate and the acetate inside your box. And it's kind of fun, as large as these are. And you can see what's going on. Now, some have hats, some have hearts on them, some are blowing things. Let's see, that one's blowing a something, party favor. So very fun, and there's even that tiny one. And so she's just used all of them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6. Well, I guess there's one that she didn't use. She didn't use the unhappy one. That's nice. Okay. So all of these, and then they're going to fold flat, go into that envelope. You can send it to someone and they will be delightfully surprised. Now, there's no message on this one. However, there are messages that you can get inside the die cuts. She just chose not to use it, but you can certainly add anything that you want. And dazzles come to mind, but you know, do whatever you like. Okay, now going on to our next card, and this is out of the same, excuse me, Super Smiles die cuts. So it's the first one was, and then this one is. And this one is using our slimline cards, as you can tell. And she has used this paper, only one sheet, because it is they're all double-sided, but she chose to use this one, pairing it with it. So first she's going to cut this one. We call it Stay Cool, because that's what it says. And then she matted it onto the gold metallic cardstock, and then glued it to the front of her card. And then she trimmed a smaller piece and attach a foam tape that in place. And then she has used this sheet, and as you can see, like this is that face. However, there's also a cowboy hat that you can attach to it. So these are each foam taped in place. So this one has a cowboy hat. This one, that's how it is, but it does have a little red bow tie. This one has a top hat. It's listen. So you can see that that really adds some personality to them. Now she's also added words, and the way that she did that is with our tiny words and phrases. Don't they just work so well? So she's got celebrate, make a wish, and see how she curved that. You're the best. Hello, hi, friend. And then it might be hard to tell, but right at the top, she added a little bit more of the gold. And so she used the gold thin line dazzles just to add a touch, a little strip there. Now on the inside, look what she's done. This is very interesting and very fun. So she's using that same paper, and she is cutting it's not a square, it's actually a rectangle, and then matted it on the same gold. And then you can see that she attached it next to the fold and then at the top. And then she did the same thing down here, but the paper is on the right-hand side and at the bottom. This one is at the top and at the left-hand side, so they're mirror images of each other. And then she took the Stay Cool paper, cut a piece, and then did this inverted V, did the same thing here, and attached those, okay? Now these two pieces, let's see, did I say that she put it on the gold Mary? Just want to make sure I'm covering all the bases. These are two pieces of the dotted, and they are also matted on the gold. And that is using the very sad little face with the party hat. So overwhelmed at his birthday, I don't know. There's smaller faces too, so you can see this one and this one are down here. And then more of the thin line dazzles. The happy birthday obviously comes from the tiny words and phrases. So very fun. I like this balance of these being here, and this is the mirror image, these two being offset from each other, and then our little faces foam taped in place. So very clever. And that flash of gold isn't bad either, is it? So very fun, a lot to explore, and that makes it nice. Okay, now we're going to move to the other die cut. The same papers out of the same paper pack are used in all of these. So these are awesome icons. So let me show you this first card, and it is this. So look what she's done, some very fun things. Now this is obviously has a frame in it, so I'm just going to walk you through this. So this is the paper that she's used. I love all those clouds, they're bright and fun. On the back side of this is all of the kind of confetti going on, so that would be good too. But she first cut a piece, cut this, matted it on black cardstock, and then glued it firmly to her card front, because knowing that this is going to be evacuated out, you want to make sure that all of your paper is just really solidly down there. And what she used, as you can probably tell, these are the rectangles and scalloped dies. And so she has used, and I tell you in the instructions, the measurement, I'm thinking this is 4.5 inches wide. So that's going to be the widest part of the die. And it's not a scalloped one. This is a straight edge. So place that. Then you're going to want to fold your card, put a piece of cardstock over that, and run it through your die cutting machine. Okay, so that will work out fine. Then you can die cut out another piece of a piece of the silver metallic cardstock, and that's going to be the same size as the center of the card. And then you can tell that she just put the black cardstock on the whole part of the inside of the card, and then she went back and used this and die cut it with the scalloped that was just a little bit larger than the piece that's here. Now when you go to glue first the scallop piece down, you just want to make sure that it's really going to be centered. Do the same thing when you go to attach this. However, before you attach it, do you see what's going on? She is echoing the party theme of it, and what she used are these dazzles. And in this package, this is Happy Birthday and balloons, and let me open it and show you, because this has quite a bit in it. It's got lots of balloons in lots of metallic colors. And then it also has the text. So you've got teal, blue, red, gold, and purple. Yes. And I think there's another one. Yes, pink. And then and silver. So you can see you've got a lot there. And then these are the words. So you can use that quite a bit. So what she has done with her silver metallic is she has wrapped those balloons around the piece. Now you could certainly put them on and just trim it. She just wrapped them, so decide what you'd like. Let's Eat Cake. And when you position that inside your card, you just want to make sure that it really fits perfectly. So that will be one thing to do. And then we're going to go back to this sheet, or we're going to go to this sheet. So let me set all of these away. And you see all the things that are on there. Well, these are those emojis. And again, you have multiple sheets of this. So she's got the party favor up here, foam taped. She's got stars, and you can see there's stars and hearts. There at that corner, another of the party favor. And then on the presents, so one is the full size, and then the second one has just been trimmed down and foam taped in front, which I thought was very smart. And that takes care of this card. Very fun. This is using our standard cards, so they're 5" by 6.5". So that works out very, very nicely. Okay, I have one more for you, and this is a second slimline, and there's just so many things to do with this. So this time she paired this paper, and on the back side is the the icons in blue, teal on this side, and she paired this with the pistachio glitter cardstock. And that's what's happening on the front of this card. So you can see that the paper was cut and then matted onto the glitter and then attached to the front of her card. And then obviously you can see all of these. So these are pretty much foam taped, so they just create a collage, if you will, on the front. And they go very nicely with that teal, as you can tell. And then she used our greetings. This is the big greetings. It looks like this on the sheet, and then I pulled the backing just so you can see this a little bit easier. And Life is Better with Friends, that's this one. So what she did is she took this, put it on a piece of white cardstock, used the small scissors, those professional scissors, and just trimmed right along the edge. It is super easy, and your scissors will kind of be guided by the edge of the dazzle, so it's just very easy. Then she taped that on top. Now for the inside of her card, so here she went with this paper, and this is kind of powy. And for that, she matted it on the gold the gold metallic, and that was used in the second card. So she's used it again, and more of these wow powy greetings. And then You Are Amazing is out of that same dazzle sheet, and it just seems to go very nicely. Again, put it on white cardstock, trim around the edge, and you've got it. So lots of fun greetings and things that you can do with this set. Now, just to recap, we have the digital designs. I'm not quite sure why they're called digital designs, but okay. Digital designs, 8x8, 48 sheets. We have the Super Smiles die cuts, and that's got 20 sheets, and there's lots on each sheet, as you could tell. So there's over 100 die cuts in there. Same thing with the Awesome Icons. There's over 100 there. So that works nicely, and you could see that we've got lots of ideas for you. So that's what's really fun. And if you happen to be, oh wait, let me tell you first, Money Saver. Money Saver is, as you know, on the right-hand side of your screen. It will have all of these together. They are sold also separately, but if you want to save a little money, you can get the whole group. And if you have kids, teenagers, with it, 20 and 30-year-olds, this is going to work really well for you. And if, as I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, we would love it if you would head on over to paperwishes.com. You can check out those instructions that are down below. Just click on the card, and you can even print out those instructions if you like. So that's all there for you. Again, the Money Saver on the right-hand side of your screen. Well, Heidi has done a lovely job, and I do appreciate it. Thank you, Heidi. And I want to tell you that I appreciate you too. In fact, I think you're the very best part of paperwishes.com. Okay, we'll see you again. In fact, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.